What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be giving you guys a short tutorial on how the basics of Tinker's Construct works. Tinker's Construct is a useful mod in all the tech mod packs and just tech mods in general. It can help you get materials quicker and give you some cool tools to help build and mine faster. So starting off, to build the basic smeltery, which is the core of the Tinker's Construct mod, you're going to need sand, gravel, and clay, which they're in a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio, and that makes 2 grout. So with the grout, you would smelt that in just a regular furnace. That gives you seared bricks. With the seared bricks, you make the blocks, seared brick blocks, and the drains, tanks, controllers, faucets, and tables and basins. And you put the base smeltery together like this. This is the absolute basic model, the smallest that you could possibly make it. As you can see over here, you can make it really tall like this, and you can also include glass so you can see what's inside of it. And you can also make it really big. This is a max of, I think the interior is 9x9, and the smallest you can make it is a 3x3. You can make this just as tall as you can make it wide and big at the bottom. So you would melt stuff down. Say if I got iron ore, if I got a stack of iron ore, I'll use the bigger one just because it's going to be faster and smelt everything. It'll fill up right there, and it'll use just as many spaces inside of volume as there is ores in your inventory. So here I added a stack. You could scroll down and see how the progress is going. So that'll melt down into liquid iron, which will be used to pour out in one of these casting basins or into this casting table. The casting table uses patterns to make the parts, and then you use aluminum, brass, or gold to melt the parts that you build into casts. Casts you can make. I'll demo a quick pickaxe for you guys. See this molten iron smelted down. It'll sit here at the bottom, and that'll be using the capacity of the 1800 ingots that you get from having this tall thing. So I have 14 iron blocks here with 2 ingots left over. So I could put each of these 3 into the casting tables, and if I right click on the faucet, it'll pour out right into there. So I right click it, and it'll form, it'll dry, and once I pick them up, each different, the more material cost and the more material cost it has, the longer it'll take to dry and to pour out. Also, different types of different types of metals have different set times. So iron has a pretty long set time and a long pour time. Actually, all the pour times are the same, but it has a longer set time than, say, something like aluminum or tin. So if I do tin and melt that down, it'll smelt relatively quickly. And if I pour that out, it might even finish before the iron actually sets. But when I pour it out into a block, it'll set way faster than the iron. So back to building a pickaxe here. So there's 4 basic crafting blocks that you're going to need to build for making a tool in Tinker's Construct. You're going to need your stencil table with all your blank patterns. This will make the stencils that you use in the part builder. So you put the stencils in your part builder, and then you put a material in, say wood. We'll just make another pickaxe head. So if you put the pickaxe head in the part builder and then put the part and the material in, you can click it, and then you'll get a wooden version of that or whatever material you used. And then with that, you use aluminum, brass, or gold to cast it. So I'll melt some gold quickly. And the smelter actually doubles all your ores. So if you put a gold ore in, you're actually going to get 2 ingots instead of just 1. That's what makes the Tinker Smeltery so useful, and it'll progress you really fast in your tech mod packs. So if you put some gold ore in, you're going to get double. So I put a stack in, I'll get 128 gold ingots to use, and that's 14 blocks and 2 ingots. So if I push that, it'll move it to the bottom, which means I can right click on it, and then I'll pour out. So I'll pour this over the wood pickaxe head, and in I think the later versions of Minecraft, I think 1.7 and above, it'll consume the wooden tool or the wooden part that you put down. So pouring that, it'll consume it, but then you get a cast, and then you can use the cast like we just did to make the iron version of it, or whatever tool, whatever material you used. Then you'll use the tool station, which I can use here, but there's an upgraded version of it. So I made this iron pickaxe. So we have these three parts here, which are all given. All the parts are given on this right side, and you can see the pictures of them as you craft them. So I'm going to click on pickaxe, and I'm going to build myself a pickaxe. I created the pickaxe, and then you can see that you only get a limited number of things, and this isn't the entirety of all the tools you can make in Tinker's Construct. You can use the tool forge, which is crafted using 4 of any metal block and 3 seared bricks, and then along with this tool station. So the crafting recipe uses the actual tool station to make the tool forge, and the tool forge is actually the upgraded version of the tool station, allowing you to craft things like broadswords, or no, not broadswords, hammers. I know you can make, and cleavers. So yeah, you can use those to make different heavier duty tools. And then finally, I have the armories, Constructs Armories mod installed on this mod pack that I'm playing on, and that allows you to make Tinker's armor, which in this mod pack and any mod pack using mechanism isn't the best armor to use, but if you're playing just with Tinker's Construct, this is definitely a upgrade to the normal vanilla Minecraft armor. So this requires you to make the core for each. So there's the leggings core, chestplate core, and then your armor plates, which these can be different types of metal. So say if I have like an iron chestplate core, and then I could put like an aluminum. I guess aluminum didn't have armor plates, but you could do like, let's say, a cobalt armor trim or armor plates. So you could put those in with those, and then the last thing missing is the trim. So you can do we'll do a gold trim just because it's fancy. If that exists, maybe not. I guess electrum, since that's the closest thing to gold. Yeah, so now we have the modified iron chestplate, and you could put the modifiers on that you have. I recommend taking a look at the wiki and the book that the game gives you. Material and you. So you spawn with any survival world that you make, you spawn with this. And it'll show you different modifiers to put on your tools. So you got haste, luck, sharpness, and so on. So you can put those on any tool and any armor piece that you have. Left out here how to make the patterns. This is the recipe for the patterns, and that gives you this exact number of wooden sticks, give you this many patterns, and that's how you make the patterns. There's certain metals that if you put together in the smeltery will create new metals, and that's called alloying. And you can see a list of, or a grouping of the different types of common alloys that you can make in Tinker's Construct, and kind of the related mods. So I have nuclear craft in this mod pack, and thermal expansion and stuff like that. So you can get all that if you put. So say if you put 4 coal and 1 iron in, you'll get 1 steel ingot, and that'll go into the smeltery. So I'll put put a stack of coal in there. That'll turn about a quarter of this iron into steel. So you can see the coal is the liquefied coal right there. It's slowly mixing together with the steel. Now I'm pretty sure in the older versions of Minecraft, like 1.6.4, with those versions, it'll instantly do the alloys. I can't exactly remember, but yeah, you'll get the alloys of in the later versions of Minecraft slowly, because they'll mix together. So I have now a block and 7 ingots worth of steel, and if I pipe that out, I'll get a block of steel, which is how I actually make steel to make my rockets, as I previously showed in a video I did forever ago. And as you can see, I actually didn't have enough steel to, or enough coal to make 2 blocks of steel, so you can add a little bit more. This will stay, it'll stay partially completed. So if I add more coal, it should just be able to be poured out and finish. So that'll start setting. Maybe have to wait for a little bit more. There we go. And then once again, this is a slower setting time than the tin or anything. I think it has to do with the density of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it as to the basics of it. It's very useful when you're making when you have a high-tech mod pack like Tech-It or any of the other popular tech mods. I only really play Tech-It and my own custom mod packs. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and let me know in the comments if you guys want any other tutorials on any other topics, and I'll be sure to take a look at them. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.